Tonight we're having Parmesan broiled flounder. It does not have to be flounder. It can be grouper, tilapia, any light, white, flaky fish. You will need 1 fillet per person. You will need something to grate lemon on, a cutting board, aluminum foil, tomato, lemon, Parmesan cheese, mayo, olives, seasoning salt, a knife, a spoon, measuring spoons, and preheat your oven to 375. Let's get started. Okay, first thing we want to do is prepare our pan, and this is just for easy cleanup. Lay a sheet of aluminum foil down, kind of wrap it around the corners, and set it to the side. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is zest the lemon. And what you want to do is roll it on your counter to get the juices going. And we will squeeze it here in a minute. But what you need is some kind of a cheese grater or a zester. This is what I have, this is what I use. And I use the fine side of the grater. Just take it and go 1 pass down. You do not want to get into the white part of the peel. So 1 pass down and flip it. 1 pass down and flip it. Once you start seeing white, it's called the pith, and it's bitter. You do not want that in here. So I'm going to keep going. And when I have this lemon zested, I'll be back. Okay, we have our lemon zested, and this is the pith I was talking about. You don't want to get down too far into that because it is bitter. The next thing we're gonna do is measure out our mayonnaise. I have 4 fillets here, so I'm gonna need 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise for each fillet. I'm gonna get that measured out and in the bowl, and I'll be back. Okay, there's our mayonnaise. The next thing we wanna do is our Parmesan cheese. And for each fillet you do, you should take a 1/2 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll probably do just a little bit more. There's that measured out. And the next thing we want to do is seasoning salt. Again, this is my house seasoning salt, and I just do this to taste. Any seasoning salt of your choice would be fine. You might even could use Old Bay. I'm not a fan of Old Bay, so I won't be using that. Now what we're going to do is we are going to set this to the side, and we're going to cut the lemon up because we want the lemon juice from it. Save that lemon rind and put it down your garbage disposal. And you can hear my puppy in the background. He is going to have a fit. So squeeze 1/2 of the lemon in there. Watch the seeds. Now I just need to mix it up. And what you're going to do with this is sit it in the refrigerator until you get the rest of your ingredients together and prepped. You also could go ahead and taste this for seasoning. Let me see. That's exactly where I want it to be. I'm going to put that in the refrigerator and come back and prepare the rest of my ingredients. Okay, what we're going to do with this lemon is we're going to slice it. The original recipe called for olives and tomatoes to be placed down on the pan, and then you put your fish on top of that. Well, my husband and my son do not like that, so I take the rest of the lemon and I lay that down on the pan, and I put their fish on top of that. Okay, so now I'm going to get the olives, and this part of it is really how much you like. If you choose to leave the olives out, leave the olives out. If you're like me and you really, really love olives, put as much as you want down. What we're gonna do is chop them. Not a whole lot, just a rough chop on them. The idea is just to break them up a little bit. That's perfect for me. So I'm gonna leave that down on the pan. The next part is tomato. Again, this is again how much tomato you prefer. If you prefer just having the olives, just have the olives. And just put a dice on it. Okay. And then just kind of mix it up on the pan. Okay. Now when I'm ready to put the fish in the oven, I'll bring you back. Okay, my oven is preheated to 375. I've taken my fish out and I'm patting it dry because I prefer to start like that. You all can hear my Boston Terrier playing with his toy. So at this point, what we're gonna do is take about a tablespoon and put it on each fillet. Make sure you cover it really well because this gives it flavor and it browns up beautifully. So we're gonna set that on this one and move to our next one. If your fillet falls apart, no big deal. No big deal at all. Okay, I'm gonna get these done, and when I have that complete, I'll take you over to the oven and we'll put them in. Okay, it's time to put them in the oven. We're gonna let these bake for 15 minutes and then we're gonna come back and turn on the broiler so we can brown the cheese up and make it bubbly on top. When it's been in for 15 minutes, I'll be back. My timer's gone off. They've been in for 12 to 13 minutes. What I'm gonna do though is set my oven on broil. And I'm gonna let the top get nice and golden brown. You can see right now that the tops are not golden brown, but once we let these broil for a few minutes, they will be golden brown and bubbly. We'll be back when it's done. The fish is out of the oven and you can see under the broiler the cheese got brown and bubbly. Make sure you do not walk away when you have it under the broiler because this can get away from you fast and it can burn. When I have this on the plate, I'll be back. Okay, here it is, plated up. I usually serve this with jasmine rice and some kind of steamed vegetable. Parmesan broiled flounder. Hope you enjoy.